subscribe. Have a beautiful day. You know what? This is really nice. Thank you for coming here tonight, darling. I know it's a bit fancier than our usual date night spots, but I'm happy you agreed. Don't worry about being underdressed. You wear the nicest clothes you have. I think you look great in them. Yeah, my clothes are a lot more extravagant, but that doesn't matter to me. I still think you look wonderful. Besides, who cares what other people think? Just focus on ordering something to eat. I already said, I'm paying for all of it. I wouldn't have suggested here if I couldn't. Yeah, I've eaten here a few times. The food is well worth the price. Trust me. Say, what do you want for an appetizer? Like I said, I can afford it. Try not to worry about the money tonight. I can cover everything. So, are there any appetizer that catch your eye? Oh, good choice. Those always hit the spot. I already said, don't worry about the prices. Darling, there is a reason I took you here tonight. This isn't just a usual date. I want to tell you something important. But I suppose I've got you too worried to back out now, huh? I'm sorry about that. The truth is, I'm more well off than I've been letting on. A lot more well off. I'm sorry for lying to you about it. It's a lot to explain. You know Paper Go, right? The manufacturing company. Yeah, my mom is the CEO of it. Simon Baker. So I'm all money. Again, I'm really sorry for lying. I will explain everything. I know we have different last names. It's a complicated story. Lots of family drama that isn't very fun to go over. I promise, I'm telling the truth. This isn't some joke or anything. Hold on. See this? This is my mom and I on vacation together. I took this last summer. Yeah, I know I said we were doing a road trip to the state of her, but we actually went to Bahamas. Again, I'm really sorry for lying. Just, can I explain? Please? Thank you. This is a long story, but I will try to condense it the best I can. So, I've always been very well off, monetarily. As I said, my mom owns $1 million company. This means that, growing up, I didn't really ever have to struggle with money-related issues. It was something I was blissfully ignorant of. When I was in middle school, my parents broke up. That's why our last names are different. But I was still getting money from her, so I never really understood what the average person's life was like. In college, I met this other person. She wasn't going to my university, but she lived in the area. And after a bit, we began dating. The relationship started off pretty normal, but eventually, she started asking for money. And since I wanted to take care of my partner, I always offered it. After all, I had more than enough to live comfortably. So sharing it with someone else only made sense. But Then she started asking for more, and more, and more and more until eventually we never really did any couple stuff anymore. I had to fight to get her to go on dates with me, and we never kissed more than once. It became clear to me that she was only using me for my money, almost like we were in an unofficial sugar relationship. So I broke it off. Yeah, my ex was more average in terms of income, so she struggled a lot. I was fine helping out at first, but it was obvious to me that her heart just wasn't in it anymore. Dating me was, well, it essentially became a job for her, a way to keep herself afloat. And obviously I don't want to be treated as a glorified ATM. I'm a person too. It really hurt to be reduced to that level. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, boo-hoo, rich boy has too much money. And I don't blame you for thinking that. The one good thing about my ex is that I learned how hard the average person had it. I never realized people were so desperate for money. Not to purchase fancy items or go on long vacations, but just to survive. In fact, that is why I started making monthly donations to different charities. Hopefully, in some small way, I can help alleviate that. But like I said, I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just trying to explain why I hid this from you for as long as I did. Yeah, I lied about how much money I had because I didn't want to be used again. And I realized I've hurt you because of it. My intention was always to tell you eventually. I promise. But I should have done so sooner. A lot sooner. I know I would have saved you a lot of financial stress if I just came clean. And I'm sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me, and I understand if you would rather end things between us. But can I at least treat you to dinner tonight? Please. I want to try to make up for what I did somehow. Huh? You want to stay together? Yes. I really do love you. I think you are kind and amazing and super sweet. I don't care what background you come from. So, we really are giving this another chance then, huh? Wow. I really didn't. Thank you. I know I don't deserve your trust, but I really appreciate the opportunity. This time, I promise I will do it right. You can count on it. First of all, we need to be smart about this. I don't want you to feel trapped in this relationship because of my money. So after dinner tonight, I will be transferring a large sum into your bank account. Enough so that, if you want to leave, you will still have enough to hold your own for a while. I'm not going to repeat the same mistake again. Hey, no. This is one thing I'm not going to budge on. It's just as much for me as it is for you. Don't treat this as a gift. Treat this as collateral, to use a boring business term. If something happens and we don't work out, you will have that money to keep yourself afloat for a while. Good. After that, you deserve lots of spoiling. I always tried to act on the more conservative side with gifts before, because I wanted you to think I had a similar amount of income to you. But now that that's not an issue, I have quite a few things I want to buy you. I know I don't need to, but I want to, if I'm able to provide for my partner. to spoil them. I'm going to do it. Besides, it's not like I'm going to bankrupt myself with this. As I said, I have plenty. Another thing, that job of yours. I know you hate it. And it always killed me to listen to you complain about it. Knowing I could support you, but not being able to say anything. So, I'm going to make that right. If you quit your crappy job, I will triple what they're paying you now. I'm serious, you deserve to be happy and that place brings you nothing but misery. You said it yourself. The only reason you are still there is because you need an income. I'm going to fix that little issue. Well, we can discuss the specifics later. Just know that I'm serious about my offer. If you ever want out of that hellhole, you have me to back you up. And if you really want a job, I'm sure I can pull a few strings and get you a position at Pepperco. Is that really nepotism? Crap. I promise I'm trying really hard not to be as stuck up and snooty as my family. I grew up in a very different world than you. I'm trying. I promise. Thank you, darling. Can I still call you that? Well then, darling. I love you. Thank you for giving us another chance. I promise that this time I will do it right. There's the waiter. Hi. Yes, I would like to order a glass of water and an appetizer of